This is a road test video for a Honda Civic. This is a 1.8 EX. Car is registered FG56WHL. And mileage at the start of this brief road test is 49,515 miles. The reason we do the road tests is basically we're now selling to customers from all over the near continent and extremes of the UK, and we feel it's right that if people are going to come and see our cars, that they get to see the cars in operation before they get to us. That way I can let you know of any issues with the vehicle that may be present on the car. The road test is also done on the roads just outside our premises, so it should be obviously representative of what you should feel yourself when you come and see the car. This is ironically, this is a car I know very well actually. From I actually used it last week to commute between my kids where they're on holiday, and did over 100 miles in the vehicle, and it does drive genuinely absolutely brilliantly. The engine is sweet as a nut, really revs beautifully. It's got a lovely kind of sweet sort of tapping there, which is annoying me. There we go. It's just got a lovely sweet note to it. Pulls really cleanly and crisply through the rev range. I averaged 44 to the gallon last week without really even trying, which is slightly better than the manufacturer's claim, but they're pretty accurate Honda on these things. But the engine is very sweet. No warning lights in the car, just the low fuel light currently on the vehicle. The engine goes through clutch into gearbox. Clutch is light, smooth, squeak free, click free, bites absolutely beautifully, and goes through to this brilliant 6-speed gearbox. Gear changes are just like a click action, just so sweet and easy to use. Always find their way home. It's a lovely gear change, and this one exhibits literally no wear in the linkage of the gearbox at all. It's not just a nice gear change, it's one that encourages you to change gear, which can't be said of all manufacturers. So engine, gearbox, clutch, absolutely spot on. There's nothing to concern yourself with in any of those. In fact, quite the opposite. It's a thoroughly engaging car to drive. Car tracks bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back through the steering of the car at all. It maintains its given path absolutely beautifully. Lovely and dynamic power steering setup. I was driving over the Cotswolds along some sort of quite challenging A and B roads, and it's a brilliant companion for this type of road. Just flick of the steering and it holds its line in any given corner really well. Beautifully controlled suspension. It's firm, but it's planted. It's a really lovely setup. There's no noises coming from underneath the car, no clonks or bangs or rattles, which is normally things like kind of little drop links and anti-roll bar links or suspension struts, but it's all very quiet and subdued. Likewise, as a drive at speed, I tend to listen out for kind of wind noise that shouldn't really be there, where you might have a badly fitted sunroof or windscreen, or something more likely someone's skagged a seal on the way into the car, but there's no kind of annoying wind hisses. In fact, what was noticeable last week was just how quiet and refined this car is. It's a lovely thing to drive along in. Brakes on the car, solid, reassuring, no vibrations, no pulsing. Pulls up lovely and square. The brake pedals right at the top, but it's not over servoed, which you get some French cars notably. But it's got a really nice pedal, very well positioned. If you're keen driving, like doing hill and towing, it's nicely set up for that as well. Looking inside the car, the plastic's all in very good order. It's been very well kept, this vehicle. Obviously this one benefits from a leather interior and this lovely big glass panoramic roof. Heated seats, which I've got on now, are lovely and warm. I'll turn them off in a second because they're probably a bit too warm actually. But it's all really nicely done. The architecture of the dashboard I absolutely love. I think it's an absolute work of art. even at night when I was driving home, it just reminded me just how nice these things are at night. Being an EX spec, you've got this lovely big sat-nav system, dead simple and easy to use. Nice high up on the dashboard, so you're not having to lower your head off the road too far to take the information in. All the centre part works beautifully. Air conditioning pumps out lovely cool air, and obviously it's dual zone climate control, so it's side to side if you so wish, although I think that's probably a bit of a gimmick in all honesty. You can operate the ventilation through 3 different ways, using the main menu here, or what I tend to use, these ones close to the steering wheel, or you can do voice activation, but again that's a bit hit and miss for me. Maybe it's just my voice or my mumbling nature, I don't know, but certainly at speed it struggles. The main part of the dashboard, my favourite part, this 2-tier dashboard, so you've got the high up speedo there, digital speedo, so clever. I mean, it means if I've got a car in front now and I was following one, out of the corner of my eye I can still see the speed I'm travelling at ever so clearly. I'm not having to take my eyes off the road to take that information in, so I have to stoop my head or try and gauge my speed. Flick of a switch, that can change to kilometres, so if you're going abroad in the car, and it changes from gallons to litres as well, so using the foreign petrol stations. All the other information absolutely spot on. Temperature runs at 1/3, which is exactly what you want to be from a Honda. This test drive is a little bit briefer than I'd normally do, only because I've driven the car so much, I know it so well, I know just how nicely it drives, but I'm under pressure to get a few done actually. It's been away for a week, but in essence I know the car drives nicely, so I can say that with absolute hand on heart. And there's nothing I found driving the car which detracted rather from the vehicle itself. It's a wonderful vehicle. Clearly been very well looked after, so that it doesn't come as any great surprise. But if I've missed anything out on the video, don't hesitate, do give us a call. We'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have.